March Madness. Let's get you caught up on the top seeds. Gonzaga, #1 overall, challenging bracket for the 26-3 Bulldogs. 2 of their 3 losses this season came against Duke and Alabama. Both of those teams are in the West region. Meanwhile, Baylor, the #1 seed in the East. The Bears are the first reigning champion to be a #1 seed since Villanova in 2017. And Nova, by the way, lost to the #8 seed, Wisconsin, in the round of 32 that year. Arizona, #1 seed in the South, a year after missing the tourney. They're the 14th team to earn a #1 seed after missing the tournament the prior year, and none of the previous 13 went on to win the title. And finally, Kansas, #1 seed in the Midwest. Nothing new for the Jayhawks. They've been the #1 seed in 4 of the last 6 tourneys. They were a 1 seed when they won their last national title, which came back in 2008. That tournament was the only one ever where all 4 #1 seeds advanced to the Final Four. So obviously, if the past is any indication, at least one of these seeds is going down before the national semifinals. As ESPN college basketball analyst, very busy man, Jay Bilas is with us. When you look at those top 4 seeds, which one has the biggest potential for upset?
Well, none of them have an easy path. There's no such thing as an easy path to the Final Four, but I think Baylor has the toughest road for a variety of reasons. They're the reigning national champion, as you mentioned, and they are #1 seed because they have a great body of work, but the bodies that created that body of work are not all there. So they lost Jonathan Tchamwa-Tchatchoua. LJ Cryer has been injured. We're not really sure whether he's going to be 100% or if he'll be back at all, and they've got a really tough road. In the second round of the seeds hold, they would play North Carolina. They've got UCLA in their path and either Kentucky or Purdue. So that's a rough road. And it doesn't mean that Baylor can't win because they've performed extraordinarily well with all these injuries that they've had. But I tend to think that's a really difficult ride to take when you've been injured and when you're not going to get they call him Everyday John, Jonathan Tchamwa-Tchatchoua. when you're not Everyday John, that's going to be difficult.
Makes every day a challenge.
It does. That's good. I'm stealing that one.
And everyone loves, they're going to be filling out their brackets right now, hanging on your every word. Everybody loves to take a double-digit seed and move them up into the Sweet 16. Which team this year is most likely to make that kind of Cinderella run?
There are a few, Michigan, Loyola Chicago, but the one I think that can do it is Virginia Tech. They just won the ACC championship, beating Duke in the final. And throughout the course of the season, Virginia Tech started off the ACC year 0-4, then 2-7. And I was saying they're way better than their record. And they came out of some dark times, and they really put it together. But this team is really versatile, and they can really shoot it. Hunter Couture had 31 against Duke. He knocked down every open 3 he had, even the challenge threes that he had. He was spectacular. But they've got 2 guys that are really difficult matchups, Justin Mutz and then Keve Aluma. They're front court players. Justin Mutz has already had a triple-double this year against Syracuse. You usually say a guy's got triple-double ability, but he's got a triple-double. He can do it and has done it. And then Keve Aluma is a big guy that can play out on the perimeter. He can engage in dribble handoffs, keep it and take it, and he can go down in the post. He's really skilled. So the fact that they can spread the floor and then they can go back you down in the post or face you up in the post makes them a really difficult challenge.
Man, they blew out Duke. Dukie's feeling the pressure a little bit of Coach K's last season?
Maybe, but I think they're young and they got to guard better. Like they don't force as many turnovers as they did earlier in the year, and they're not guarding ball screens effectively. So but they've had some time to practice. So a little bit of practice time will be helpful for them, but they have looked a little shaky the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, especially on defense. All right, Jay, thanks.
Thank you.
Really appreciate the insight, and download the tournament bracket. Fill yours out this week on ESPN, and when you're doing that, expect some 10, 11, and 12 seeds to advance in the round of 64 since the field expanded to 64 teams in the mid-'80s. 10 seeds have won almost 40% of their games against 7 seeds. And 11 and 12 seeds are not far behind. So once you get below that 12 seed, the upsets are more rare. 13 seeds have a 21.5 win percentage against 4 seeds, and 14 seeds, wow, that winning percentage goes all the way down to 15.3.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.